Produced by magnificent Mr. Love Media. Welcome back to March Mammal Madness 2026, the wildest animal showdown on the internet, where creatures great and small battle for ultimate bragging rights. Round 2, Part 2, where Extinction is forever and that's so metal. Battle it out to make it to Round 3. Let's get wild and dive in. March Mammal Madness 2026. Round 2 starts now. First up, we have the infamous honey badger, a creature whose reputation for fearlessness is legendary across the animal kingdom. Today, it faces off against the pint-sized Least Shrew, one of the smallest mammals on Earth. Don't let its size fool you. This tiny contender is quick, clever, and always alert. Honey badger is scouting the scrub plains, its nose near the ground, searching for food between the sand dunes. Suddenly, a Least Shrew was transported to the open grassland. Startled, the Least Shrew panics and immediately heads for the safety of the tall grass. Regrettably, the shrew crosses the honey badger's path. Though the Least Shrew manages to hide in a clump of tall grass, the honey badger easily tracks it down and consumes it with a single quick bite. The honey badger claims victory and is on to round 3. Next up, we journey to the North Pacific Ocean. Our Pacific lamprey is still attached to its Chinook salmon host. A school of herring swims by. Salmon go in a frenzy. The turbulent scene intensifies when a Chuckwalla is suddenly transported into the underwater melee. Suddenly, an orca barrels through the shallows, sending waves crashing and startling the lizard, the lamprey, and the salmon. However, the lamprey interferes with the orca's echolocation, causing the predator to leave the salmon and lamprey alone. The commotion causes the Chuckwalla to bob to the surface and is swept away from the field of battle. Pacific lamprey and its salmon companion move on to round 3. In the arid scrublands of the Picacho Mountains, the southern grasshopper mouse faces the venomous Gila monster. This mouse isn't your average rodent. It's a carnivorous, venom-resistant predator with a desert howl. The grasshopper mouse, transported to the Gila monster's familiar habitat, immediately seeks shelter from the bright light. Gila monster quickly scents the mouse hiding under a shrub. However, the Gila monster becomes distracted by the stronger scent of a rabbit nest and starts digging, allowing the southern grasshopper mouse to sneak away from the battle. Gila monster snacks its way into round 3. High in the Pyrenees Mountains, an Ossifrage is returning to its cliff nest where 2 chicks wait. A great grey Shrike is magically transported to the nest's edge, becoming Ossifrage's target. A couple of ravens also descend, hoping for a quick meal. Amid the chaos, the Shrike darts away and the ravens move in. The Ossifrage scatters the ravens with a powerful dive. The Shrike uses this distraction to flee the battle. Ossifrage defends its nest and its spot in round 3. Next, we find ourselves at low tide in the Bering Sea. A Steller's sea cow rests in the low tide. A Saudi Gazelle relaxes after the sandstorm. Suddenly, a hunter fires at a large male gazelle nearby. Our gazelle, spooked, tries to flee the area. Our competitor is unfortunately also hit. At the same time, gazelle is transported to the Bering Sea, next to the sea cow. Our gazelle lands on the sea cow, startling it as it rolls into the water. The gazelle slides off and drifts away on the outgoing tide. Sadly, the gazelle passes into the abyss. Sea cow moves on. In the misty Yangtze, the Baiji, China's river dolphin, is foraging at the bottom of Poyang Lake. Yallara wakes in his burrow, exits, and is magically transported to the lakeshore. Baiji surfaces, unconcerned by Yallara, then dives. Yallara surveys the area. When Baiji resurfaces, Yallara is gone, having been eaten by a Chinese street cat. The Baiji continues undisturbed. Sometimes ignorance is the best strategy. In a shadowy forest, the Thylacine, Tasmania's marsupial wolf, faces the towering Aurochs. The Thylacine, appearing through a portal in a familiar grassland, spots the massive Aurochs. Thylacine weighs approximately 16 kilograms, while the Aurochs comes in at 800 kilograms. Because of past overhunting by farmers, the Thylacine has an acute sense of smell and a fear of humans. Mistaking the Aurochs for a giant cow and thus fearing nearby farmers, the Thylacine immediately flees the area. Thylacine retreats, Aurochs eat. On to round 3. On to our final showdown. The extinct sea mink versus the extinct wild dromedary camel. The camel is at a watering hole eating from a ficus tree. A sea mink is magically transported to the same watering hole. The camel, oblivious, defectees. Onto the sea mink in the watering hole. The sea mink darts away and, scrambling for higher ground, camel stands in its own filth. And in victory! What a wild ride. Thanks for joining me for round 2 of March Mammal Madness 2026. We now have our final 16 creatures. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe and ring the bell to catch our Sweet 16 battles later this week. Drop a comment which battle was your favorite and who will take the crown, as always produced by magnificent Mr. Love Media.